In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit with Kinemaster like a pro on your iPhone. And if you stay until the end of the video, I'm going to give you a link to download the secrets to editing like a pro on Kinemaster. And it's the same process that I personally use to help my clients generate their video assets in their content strategy. My name is Pete from SuperMedia, and I help people just like you grow their impact and income with video assets. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and remember to turn on the notification bell so that you get reminded of new videos that we post every single week. So Kinemaster is one of the very best video editing apps out there in the market. So it's available for Android, the iPhone, and even on the iPad. It packs a ton of professional level functionality, so it can get a little overwhelming, especially for beginners. But that's where I come in. Do not worry, because I'm going to take you through the step-by-step process of our complete editing workflow. The same editing workflow that we use to make our video assets for our clients.
So one of the very flexible and very powerful app up there is that can allow you to edit both on the iOS and both on the Android OS is Kinemaster. So Kinemaster allows you to edit straight in your mobile devices. And one of the great things I like about it is it's completely free to use. And if you want to remove the watermark of the Kinemaster, then you make a payment for it. And really, to start the project, you press the big red button with the plus sign, and straight away it will ask you to select the aspect ratio of the project. So there are three aspect ratio that you can choose from: 16:9, that is the typical YouTube format; 9:16, the typical Instagram format; and 1:1, which is the square aspect ratio. So one thing to remember is the aspect ratio cannot be changed later on in the project. So when you selected it, it stays throughout the project. So if you want a different aspect ratio, unfortunately you will have to create a new project with a new aspect ratio for it. So for this project, I'll be choosing 16:9, and straight away it comes to the editing suite. So the editing suites have a few areas you take note of. One is, of course, the edit window, and the edit window has a dustbin which allows you to remove the watermark and to subscribe to the app itself. So as I say, it's not very pricey and it's worth considering. So on the left, you have a few selection, which is the toggle to go undo, redo, and of course to toggle the layer. So the layer allows you to see a bigger timeline for you to do your edits when you have multiple layers in the edit. Of course, it also have a small inside window for you to preview what you are editing. So I'll toggle it off. So in order to start, you start by clicking on the media and selecting the media that you want to import into the Kinemaster editing suite. So what I can do is I can import something like this, a simple footage, and once you're done, just click OK. And the next event is really to learn how to cut the clip. So in order to cut the clip, select the clip or the footage, and there are a few ways that you can do it. You can see by the size of the footage, there are these things that we call handle. So in order to change the starting point, you just click and hold on to the handle at the beginning and pull it, slide it over to where you want it to start. So the same goes for the ending. So if you want the ending to end earlier, you just pull it in and it will end earlier. So that's one way to help you to cut down the video. So another way to cut down the footage is by selecting the trim and the split. So it's represented by a scissors icon. So click on the scissors icon, and one quick way is to move your playhead. So the red line here is a playhead to the position that you want to split it. So let's say it's here, and you can split at playhead. So straight away you can see there's two clips over there, and let's say that you want to split another one. So you want to split another position here, so you can see there's 1, 2, and 3. All right. So this clip has been cut into 1, 2 and 3. So if you want to rearrange your clips to tell the story better, you can just click and drag on to a new position. Alright, so next I will want to add a layer. So sometimes when you want to add something like a B-roll, you can just add an additional layer, and I'll click on layer and media, and for me to select another clip. Right, so let's say I'm selecting another clip like here. So I selected this clip, so this clip will be the other layer. So let's say I wanted this to come over to here, and you can see the layer just goes under this. So same thing, you can adjust how long your B-roll you want to be. If you want to adjust position, just click, hold and drag it to that position. So now you can see it pops up as a B-roll. Alright, so I'm just going to move the B-roll here, it just pops up. I just want the B-roll over here. So next I want to add text. In order to add text, this is how you're going to do. So go on to layer, add the text in the layer. And there you can see the text layer is added. So in order to move the text layer, do the same, just press on it, move it to where you want the text to start, and just drag the handle to determine how long you want the text to be. So I want the text to really start just a couple of seconds after that. And you can even move the text, to the position that you desire. So for text, you can also add animation to the text. So in order to do that, you can highlight the text and select in animation. So I'm just going to do a fade in. So when I play the text, you can see me fading in the text. Let me just move the text over and let's play it. There you go, the text has faded in. So you can also do an out animation. So let's just do a fade in and a slide to the right. Alright. Acknowledge by OK. And there you go. So for the B-rolls, now I have the background music of the B-roll. So I want the B-roll to be silent. In order to do that, select the B-roll and click on the mixer. And on the mixer, you can toggle the music to, or the sound, the volume to be 0. So this will just mute the sound of the B-roll without interrupting with what I have on the A-roll. So another thing that you can do is you can add transition to your cut. So in order to add transition, this is how you do it, by clicking on the plus sign. There are a lot of transitions available here, but most of them are really tacky. So I would really suggest choosing classic transition, and we do a typical crossfade. Alright, so accept that. So now there is a crossfade. There you go. Yes, so alright, next I will want to add a music layer to my project. So in order to do that, just click on audio. So on audio, you select music, and on music, you can choose to add this piece of music into your project. So same thing, you can drag this music to the start, and so it's smart enough to really realize that that this piece of music needs to cut over here. If not, play ahead to where you want it to be, and you can cut off the music right over there. There you go. So there's another thing that you can adjust. After this, you can actually do a lot of a much more advanced music selection. So for mixer, if you want the music to be louder, you can choose the music to be louder or softer. So if you want to trim it down, you can go to the trim, split, and you can split at the playhead. And there you go, you can actually remove this by deleting the rest of the music. So now you have this piece. Okay, I'm playing it and listening to it, it looks fine. So if you want to get a fade in for the music and to get a fade out at the end of the music track, so this is what you're going to do. Right, so you go to settings, alright, click out, go to settings on the left hand column. There you go, so you have a audio. So the audio will let you select audio fade in for 1 second, that's fine. You can also choose to have an audio fade out, and audio fade out for, let me drag it to 4 seconds, and fade in of 2 seconds. Alright, so for video, you can also have similar effects of a fade in that starts of the video and have a fade out at the end of the video. So I'm going to select OK, and this is how it looks like. You will see it dip to black and it actually fades in the music from the beginning. There you go, and at the end, there you go. Right, it's as simple as that. This is a really powerful piece of software that you can really use. So another thing is, if you want to adjust a cut, let's say you have a cut here, right? I add another cut here, and I'm going to split this at the head. So I have another cut over here, and what I want to do is, let's say I wanted to, I don't want to do a transition over here, but rather what I want to do is I just want to get the proper jump cut over here. So it looks like a jump cut. So in order to make the jump cut more decent, you can actually do this. You can actually do a pan and zoom, and remember to press the equals so that the before and the, or rather the start position and the end position is similar. And all you need to do is adjust how much you want to zoom it in. So in order to make the jump cut effective, you can do a zoom in or a zoom out. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so there we have it. So the next one is really about exporting the project. So in order to export the project, you hit this button here that says export. Alright, so it automatically actually chooses the export rate. You can even toggle and do the slider to adjust to a higher quality or a lower quality. Of course, at a higher quality, you do take up a bigger file at the end of the export because it has a much higher bit rate. So with that, you just press export, and there it is. It's beginning to export, and you can even play back.
So that's the complete walkthrough on how to edit using Kinemaster. It is the same process that we use to generate video assets for our clients. So the link is now available on screen for you to download the exact same guide that you can use to refer if you still have questions. I'm Pete from SuperMedia. I'll see you in the next video.